Well, happy Wednesday. I am back. Hello, beautiful people, my heart community. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are tuning in on one of these other stations because we're going live on Facebook and our Facebook group, 1 Million Life Coaches Around the Globe, on the business page, Jice Loves, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. If you've never heard this sultry voice before, I am Master Coach LaKendra Smalley in my world. And basically, what I do is help leaders lead with love, more with love. I believe that all heart center leaders are already leading with love, but how can we take that leading with love to the next level? And I do that in various ways. So I offer a life coach certification for leaders, which helps them to bring out their inner coach so they can learn how to self coach themselves through our I Care Global Heart model. So it also helps them to expand more outside of their comfort zone, more in a global territory, because we are a global brand. And also, we certify teachers who want more because my background is in education. And one thing that I really needed was just like a supportive community in ways that I can still stay in alignment what I was passionate about and make money without having to go and do, like those side hustles because it took my passion away, it took my energy away. So we also certify teachers who want more. And we just provide services to the community. So we provide mental and behavioral health services to at risk and underserved communities. And the way that I'm able to do that is through all of the life coach certifications that I'm able to do with beautiful heart center leaders all around the world. And they are the reason, and they make it happen. They make it happen for the Global Life Coach Training and Entrepreneur Institute. So I'm so excited. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Coach Mariah. Coach Mariah, go ahead and invite some of your coaching besties to the room because we're going to dive in and look more at the big question that I've been asking for weeks, and that's it. That is, what are you trying to unlearn to truly make you a healthier leader, a healthier parent, a healthier, brother, sister, daddy, whatever. There are some things that we have to go through in order to help us with our belief system, right? Because sometimes we get caught up in our belief systems and it may not be healthy for us as adults. We carry on heritage that we've learned from our parents or from our community, and sometimes it doesn't translate to who we are now, where we're showing up with compassion, love, and in excellence. So I've been like asking this question, right? And so I'm just really, really excited about jumping back in and reading all of the great comments that you all left. Those of you who were able to, participate, I thank you because when I tell you it has been so enriching for me, but not only for me, but for others, right? People are really, really tuning in and like, oh my gosh, they're relating. Like you can go on my post, there's over, 40, comments, and people are relating, whether they are commenting on something someone else said or they are, tapping light, tapping love, all of the great things are happening. And I think that's the beautiful thing about social media. We can come together in positive communication because we just got so much foolery going on. You know what I mean? So before I kind of get into it, like I got me some tea, y'all. before I get into it, I do want to talk about something. So, something came up earlier today before the whole cell phone thing went off. Did y'all turn your cell phone off? If you turned your cell phone off and unplugged your televisions like I did, let me know that you did it. Let me know I wasn't alone. I told my husband, listen, we are turning off our cell phones. We are unplugging the televisions and whatever. Conspiracy theories, whatever, it don't matter. We're not gonna get stuck in anything because we gonna follow the rules, right? And the government gonna be like, well, I told you. So when anything happen, they're gonna be like, well, we told y'all to turn y'all cell phones off, but y'all didn't do it, right? So we turned ours off. Did you turn your cell phone off? I need to unlearn scarcity mindset, thinking I don't have enough or that I am not enough. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one, Coach Adam. We may dive into that specifically and kind of talk about it. But I do want to talk about I think a lot of us hold on to the notion that we can go back. Like we can go back in time to correct things, right? So instead of living intentionally every day and being very mindful about the moves that we're making, how we affect ourselves, which spews over into how we affect others, we're not living intentionally in that energy, because how you treat yourself is how you're going to treat others. And we feel that an apology, a saying I'm sorry, is always going to carry us, in back into a good notion, but it doesn't. Not all of the time. So briefly before we get into these things that, we feel that we need to unlearn, this was another thing that I needed to unlearn. The whole notion that, look, Kendra, you have one time to get it right. You have one time to, when you meet this person, that you leave a great impression. You have one time, this relationship that you're building with these people, that you make sure that you're present with them, that they feel seen, that they feel loved and appreciated by you. You get one time. You get one time to, show up as a great employee, show up as a great sister. Like we really only get one time, because we're always thinking that we can go backwards. But what we need to have is a forward momentum. That's what I call it. We need to have a forward momentum in life, because we don't always get to have a repeat. And even when we get to have a repeat, the effect is already there, right? The falling out, the cursing out, the cheating, the lies, the scamming, all of it exists. It exists in the minds and the hearts of the people that we've affected. But what if we really got into the mindset that forward momentum, forward appreciation, forward living for our life needs to be at the forefront of our life, so we can stop hurting as many people, so we can stop being the reason of suffering. Like, I no longer want to be the cause of suffering to anybody because of how I feel about myself, the low vibration that I'm having, like whatever, the imposter syndrome, because all of those things is the reason that we affect other people. Because the more we love each other, the more we tap into our vulnerability so we can remove our mask and we can heal, is the more forward momentum we'll have in life, where we make the least amount of mistakes where it affects others. If y'all follow me, just put follow me. I didn't know when I posted this question that it was going to lead to these various talks that I'm having. I just kind of live with what lights me up, and I just follow that light and follow that flow. But I am here to say that it is time to move forward, right? Because time is only a one-way street. You only get it. You're only 25 at 25, right? You don't get to go back and say, oh, I want to be 25 again. I'm only 48 at 48. I don't get to go back. Even if I go and have 25 facelifts and body lifts, my body still ain't gonna be that when it's time for me to be 49. I'm gonna still be, 49. 48 is gonna leave me. So time is a one-way street, and it's constantly moving forward, and we cannot reverse. We can't reverse it. We can't undo the past, right? So instead, we must focus on the most of the present and shaping of our present and our future. And who you are today, if you're not unlearning the unlikeness about yourself, then basically what you're trying to do is stay in a space that no longer exists for you, which is your past. So for me, this whole unlearning question that I pose to everybody to answer and get involved is really to help us to elevate to our next level in leadership and parentship and communityship, all the ships. You know what I mean? And it's going to help us to grow and learn. It's going to help us to take life experiences, whether they're positive or negative, and look into the opportunities of both of them so we can grow and learn. Because even in the worst experiences in life, there's a growth experience happening. There's a next level to you that's happening. And we cannot unlearn or unexperience these lessons, right? Just like you can't go back to the past. You can't, it happened. So what are you going to do with the happening? How are we going to take it so we can move forward, so we can continue to create a better human being, so we can be better to ourselves and for others? Y'all follow me? Coach Adam said he following me. Okay, Coach Shanique says, I've learned to revisit some of those beliefs and discovered all of the things and values that serve me no purpose in my now. Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about, to speak to that, like the beautiful thing about being so intentional about unlearning so you can grow to be better is the infinite possibilities, right? It's the infinite possibilities to now you're shedding down all of that negativity and that weight, and you're pushing up your vibrations, you're vibrating higher. That means that your future holds infinite possibilities, whereas it being fixed. Because I will say, like, when you know that you should be doing better, you're not doing better, then you're fixing your future. It's almost like the uncertainty becomes certain because you know that the same behavior creates the same outcome. But when you start to shed all that stuff away, the uncertainty becomes so infinite and beautiful, because it's just like, because I'm this new version of myself, like I just have all possibilities waiting for me. So we need to learn how to just embrace forwardness and just explore new opportunities, set fresh goals, unlearn those old things that's not serving you, so you can set fresh goals and discover what lies beyond our current horizon. What lies ahead for you? What lies ahead for you? Hello, Quesavala. So that, yes, the evolution. So my thing is, like, I didn't know that this question was going to take me on this quest in my mind of I have a list of things that I want to unlearn. And so hopefully, by me doing these lives, it's also going to help you. So I want to get into, we're going to go to the Facebook and we're going to read. And it's so funny, Coach Quesabal, I think we stopped right before her. So she will be the first one that we read today. That's like perfect timing, Coach K. Sabala. So let me share this. Share screen. I already kind of have it up. Share. All right. If y'all can see that, um, let me know that you can see it. And we're going to get into where we stopped off. We read Coach. We read Celia's. We read Coach Michael's yesterday. No, we're here. I thought we stopped at Case Abala. Maybe I think when I had logged off or something, I think it stopped on her name. But we didn't get into these, so we're going to start here. So I made them a little bigger. Yep, y'all can see it great. Not blame our parents or other adults. Oh my gosh, that is a good one. Because once we become responsible for ourselves, we are responsible for ourselves, right? Even our parents are human, y'all. I mean, they had to be. In order for us to come into this world, they had to have the title. Like you needed to be born from somebody, but they're still humans. They're still human. They still, just like you learning, they had to learn, and they may not have the greatest example, so they had to go with what they know, but we keep evolving, from generation to generation. And that's why it's called breaking generational curses, because we have the ability as a family unit or as an ecosystem to continue to evolve, to break those generational curses, where we can start to plant fresh seeds back into our family ecosystem where we're producing healthy families. Okay. So I want y'all to read these first three real quick. Give me a minute. I need to do something real quick and I'll be right back. I'm back. So let's look at this. Warren said, I am unlearning, putting off tomorrow what can be done today. I mean, like 6 people were like, yes, because don't we all do that? Like it's almost like we think we have enough time. But what if we live like we didn't have enough time? How much would you get done if you didn't put off tomorrow or today tomorrow? What is the saying? Y'all put the saying in there. Y'all know how my brain is. What if you just knew that today was today? And whatever you needed to get done, it needs to be done today. Do you know how much we would accomplish? That's a good one, Warren. I'm with you on that one too. Regina Geem says, I'm unlearning how not to allow grace and mercy to saturate my entire being. It's 4:01 a.m. Eastern, and I'm emotionally full when I think of how much accepting this have brought unspeakable peace, love, joy, positioning, purpose, alignment, and energy into my life. Oh, that's beautiful. I wish she was here to expound a little bit more on that. I'm unlearning how not to allow grace, mercy to saturate my entire being. That's a good one for her, right? As long as we understand what it is that we're unlearning. Dr. Coach Romel out of the Philippines says, unlearning is difficult. More so that it has been with me for a while now, yet logically, I have to unlearn the idea that everything must be perfect. Oh, he's speaking to a lot of people. I know he is. Perfectionism often hinders my progress. I should embrace the ideal that the mistakes and imperfections are part of growth. Also, I am unlearning unhealthy habits that don't serve my well-being. Whether it's excessive stress, poor eating, or lack of exercise. I think he wrote this for all of us. Do y'all think that? I think Dr. Coach Romero wrote this for all of us. I am trying to replace them with healthier choices. And there is the idea that success requires constant overwork and burnout. This one I also have to unlearn, perhaps not getting into it full major blast and having a work life balance and relearning the importance of rest and rejuvenation will help. Oh my gosh. I think Dr. Coach Robel wrote this one for all of us, right? Um I'm so blessed to have unlearned all of these things that Dr. Coach Romel is talking about, right? So Dr. Coach Romel is one of our um, coaches. He's in the Philippines and he is a real doctor, right? And so um, this is beautiful because the perfectionism thing, I used to talk about it all the time. Like I say, it's the greatest imposter, to feel that I can't move forward unless this thing is perfect. But the only person that can define your perfection is you. If you say, "Oh, Dr. Coach Rebel is here," we're talking about your comment. If you say that this is good enough, then perfectionism lives in that good enough. But it's that separation of feeling that it has nothing to do with the project or it has nothing to do with the thing. It's everything that's within inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? It's everything. Hello, color. It's everything that's within inside of you. That perfectionism. So if I can just tell you to switch off the societal definition that things have to be like so in order, and you just define what perfectionism is for you, your own true definition, right? And for mine, it is who I am in my capacity and what it is that I can produce as that as her, right? So if I'm working off of 2 hours of sleep and I have to put something out, whoever I am in that capacity is going to be perfectionism for me, and you're going to get it. Oh, it took me so long to unlearn that. But once I unlearned it, success started happening for me, growth, massive growth started happening for me. Light bulbs started going off in my head. Um, improvement of my self efficacy started happening because now I'm allowing myself to make mistakes and grow. I'm allowing myself to fail and grow, and resiliency happened within me. So, oh my gosh, perfection days, no to perfectionism. you know, that was such a good one. Like, I so love that. Um, so I know everybody, like everybody is on board with that one. Let's move on because we're trying to read as many of these that we can in the 45 minutes. So Cash says, I'm unlearning that I know everything and embracing the fact that I need help and I should accept help because I'm really not a super wife. Life with joint forcers is easier and faster. Oh my gosh, like I needed to learn that as well. Like, hey, Lakendra, everybody isn't out to sabotage you. It's okay to open up your space to receive help. I had a whole different mindset of this concept. Hers is a little bit different, but don't we all relate? Don't y'all relate to her? Like, how many of you just think that you're the kappa saver of everything? Like, you are the person, like you think that you're the person that can fix all things, and you can't do it all by yourself. Success begins to look good on you. Exactly. I've been at the gym though. Dr. Coach Ramel is on to something. Definitely. Yes. So I love this to unlearn that you don't have to do life alone. Because my thing is, if we were created to I'm sorry, y'all, like I'm just really digging. So sidebar. So in May I started wearing like those individual eyelashes because I used to couldn't wear them because I sleep real bad. I thought I couldn't, but then I found a really, really good eyelash tech. And so now I get them done like every 2 weeks. But sometimes they just be doing some weird stuff and it'd be irritating me. So that's what I'm going through right now. So anyway, I'm gonna have to call her and tell her maybe I need to get a feel before my time, because like as your eyelashes grow, they kind of get like heavy and they start moving around instead of being super still. Like if I had on the full eyelash strip. Okay, anyway, y'all know my brain. Let's get back to it. Coach Tamasha says, I'm unlearning my preferences and learning what God has for me. Right, because we have all of these, like it's the control. It's back to the perfectionism, actually, because we have all of this control in our own mind of how we feel life should go for us, and it just don't go that way because it ain't our plan, right? It's we are just the energy in it, but the plan is there. So you may be saying I'm gonna go west, but the plan say you're gonna go east. So if you just trust the process in life and just know that the direction that you're going in is the direction for your life, your success, your growth, your peace, your all things. It's a feeling. You'll know that you're veered off the road. Like you'll know it. It's a feeling. And then we can learn how to follow the instinct, like the inner core. We learn how to do that, then we will have much success, right? Because it's just like but don't get me wrong, you choose the wrong road and success is still going to be there, but it's going to be so much harder, right? You're going to still become who you need to become, and this is what people don't talk to us about. Oh, you gotta follow the path. Okay, well, what happens if I veer off the path? Are you trying to tell me I'm not going to still find what's for me? The answer is yes, you are, but it's going to be so much harder, right? Because if you would have gone on that right road, everybody on that road was designed for you. Versus when you go on this road, yes, the free will, but when you go on this road, you gonna run into some hard heads that's just there. They're there because they supposed to be there, and because we are not obedient, because we ain't obedient folks, y'all. And because we're not obedient, we get what we get. But you're still gonna find your success. Okay, it's just gonna be a little bit harder. Hey, beautiful master coach, I can't see who you are. Let me know who you are, because your name is not popping up. But hello. Okay, Yashika says, I am unlearning, shrinking myself to be accepted by or not overshadowing others. Yes. That was one of my unlearnings that I actually shared here. Like the whole notion of shrink yourself so you can be accepted, so people don't be intimidated by you. And then, oh, it's my beautiful Nappy. Hey, Nappy. And we don't need to do that. Like if you gotta shrink yourself, like them people they're not your people. Find you some new people. You hear me? Because they're not your people. Okay. Love it. Roberto says, I am unlearning, trusting the experts above myself. I am the expert of my life. I've been the only one living in this body and brain since day one. Baby. Now, Roberto Candelaria, he's my master coach. He's my master coach and he's my business strategist. This is it. We have these conversations all the time, right? And so when you get into the level of confidence, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that in the gifts and talents that you have been giving, that they are yours. And no matter what, you are the expert in your own life. And just because you meet somebody else who may have a million views on social media, 500K followers. Now you're comparing yourself as if just because of numbers, as if they're more qualified or more special or more valuable. You're still equally the same. You're still equally the same. You just got to show up with how you feel you should show up. And I keep trying to tell y'all those numbers don't mean anything. The very first time I had got that inbox and it was like, hey, give me $100 and I can give you 500K followers. It was like, what? And I can make sure that they're commenting. So that I'm telling you, God just be setting me up for success, because that used to bother me. Like, oh my gosh, all these life coaches out here and they have all these followers, and I say I work in a global school and shit, my people are just not social media people, and they just not on here. They're just not on here, right? Or they're on here, but they ain't caring about this type of stuff. And so I used to shrink to that, and then I had that experience, and I was like, oh, I'm doing good, because all these, every last one of these followers I got, they're real people. Now, whether that they show up or not, that's one thing. So stop shrinking yourself. You are the expert. I am the expert in my own life. Affirmed. Yes, I love me some Roberto. I have to trust the choices for my life. I am the expert. Thank you. Just keep speaking life into yourself. That's all you got to do. Let's see what Brother Conrad said. Brother Conrad said, I am unlearning to control outcomes and instead focus on the intentions, the efforts, and the resources I'm deploying towards my goals. I visualize what I want to see happen, ready myself for the unexpected, and work hard and smart. I'm turning vision into reality. What used to be a tough challenge of letting go and just being is now a habit I am building. Did y'all hear that? If you didn't hear anything else, he said, I am creating habits. So in the unlearning process, it's not going to be easy. But if you can get a consistent habit, a daily habit of constantly unlearning and being intentional about it consistently, it will become your daily habit. And then you just do one at a time. Some of us need to unlearn things one at a time, like these beliefs that we have. Some people can't do multiples. So you just do one at a time until you create a healthier habit for it. What I love about what Conrad did was not only did he put what he needed to unlearn, but he put his action plan in there. Like, these are the things that I need to do. And then it needs to become a habit. Did y'all see how he did that? So some of us need to go back and rewrite our unlearn and put our action plan in place. I really, really like that. Let's move on. Ooh, we getting through them, y'all. I told y'all that I'm going to spend however many days until I get through these and the ones that are on Instagram. I got some on Instagram too. Like, baby, y'all lit up. Y'all lit up when y'all saw this. I love it. Andrea, which is the owner of Just Suck It. So she makes all of my succulents that are in my home. I think Andrea lives in California. So if you want real flowers that requires a little bit of your time, not a whole bunch of your time, succulents are the thing, and she will make you your succulent and mail it to you. So I have several here in my house. So anyway, she says, I'm unlearning some negative thought patterns that cause me lots of anxiety. They're lies anyway. You hear? Look, they're like, y'all, the stuff that's keeping us from growing and making true connections, because of judgment or whatever, prejudices, like whatever, like it's keeping you from building positive relationships, because you need that person, honestly, because you only have so many answers and so many gifts for yourself, that you need to connect with people so you can expand and grow. But because we have all of these things that we hold on to for whatever reason, and we in our soul be wanting to, this is what our soul be saying. She look interesting. We should go and meet her. This is the dialogue we be having. I don't like her. She too dark skinned. She too light skinned. Uh-uh. He too, he got a tattoo. He got a tattoo on his neck. Oh, he got a nose ring on. Oh, she just got out of a Pinto. You know, like, or oh my gosh, no, like they look like they come from money. I could never. We be telling ourselves all of these lies after your inner core has already told you that's who I want to meet. But we self sabotage ourselves into building the relationships that God has designed for us. We self sabotage it because of whatever reason. Oh, I heard that he been in jail. Oh, I heard that she used to be, promiscuous. Like, can people not change? Can people not grow? This is a good one. Even though my brain be going left with some stuff, this was good because that's a lie. That's a lie that you're telling yourself. Oh, she looked like you can't get close to her. Like I've literally had people to say that. Like, why did you ever come up and introduce yourself for me? Because girl, you just look like, you know, people can get close to you. Why? Why? I literally had someone say, you always be having on designer stuff. Well, what's the difference between me having on designer stuff versus it? Like, where do you shop? I just asked her, where do you shop? She said, I buy a lot of my clothes from Target. Okay, so I shop at Target too. So because you wear Target every day, does that mean something? Like, what does that mean? Just because I shop and I wear this is what I wear. But no one is questioning anybody who shop at Target every day, who shop at Dillard's every day, who shops at JC Penney's every day. But because I wear designer clothes, because I love the quality of it, I love the look of it, but I also have some Target clothes. Like we literally just be brainwashing ourselves. And I'm sure when we do that, it limits our progress to success because that person you needed him, you needed her. So stop doing that. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, let's go. That's I swear that's a big soapbox of mine. I'm unlearning. Oh, this was a good one. So Rachel Arnold is she's kind of like my nutritionist. She is a holistic wellness guru here in Dallas. She was Miss Universe USA Texas, one of them. Don't quote me on it, but I actually went to her pageant and saw her win. It was a really really big deal. I had never been to like a big huge international pageant like that before, so she's so super amazing. So she says, I am unlearning that we have to eat 5 times a day to be healthy. Fasting is where it is at. And now I have to unlearn food addiction. And it's so true. And I'm glad that she said that because that's something that in the last, I've been fasting off and on, but it was because of me hearing about it. But I've been very intentional since around March or April, where I literally fast 16/8. So I fast for 16 hours and I eat within an 8-hour window. Um, so my body, so my cells can replenish and heal. So healing can really happen in my body. And because I have a poor sleeping habits, like the fasting is also benefiting me. Instead of me having, not only am I just, feeding myself all day where my body can't restore and replenish, and I'm also fighting, the effects of poor sleep habits. So this is great. If you're not into fasting, if you want to hear, like I have like the best interview of a lady who has like really research fasting, and it makes it make sense. Inbox me and I'll send you the video. It's a YouTube. So anyway, that's really, really, really good. Shanique, oh yay, Shanique is on here. She says, I am unlearning limited beliefs about money. Yes, it's energy. That's why it's called currency. You got to be in the flow of laws of attraction. Yes. And I think that a lot of heart-centered people, we have a really, really hard time understanding how money works. Like I literally have people call me sometimes and be like, hey, Lakendra, how can I make, a couple of extra dollars? How can I do this? And it's really like you got to produce the energy for it, because it flows easily, right? But you literally have people who are talking about, oh, I can't pay my light bill, oh, I can't pay my rent, and they're literally just sitting on their butt watching TV, flipping until the lights go off and they can't flip no more. And it's like, what energy are you producing to attract the money? And so in life coaching, I tell my coaches, the more people you serve, your money is there. So stop looking for money and start looking for why did you get into this profession anyway? And what are your gifts that's serving the people that you want to serve? Show up, serve, give your gifts away, and your needs will be supplied. And you got to do a little bit more for the lifestyle or for the desires, but your needs will at least be supplied if you just show up and did the work. But you can't be talking about, oh, I need to make some money, and you sitting in the house like not doing anything. Like it's just not going to work. That's a good one. Shamika Pitts is a hairstylist here in Dallas, and she also teaches other hairstylists how to monetize on social media. She's so super dope. I got to spend time with her when we went to Nairobi, Africa. She was one of the speakers there at the conference, and so she's like my best bud now. But she says, I am unlearning that perfection is the goal, and that showing up for myself in every area of my life as I am is what's best for me. It's allowed me to really be more authentic and true to myself and to my tribe. Like, I love that it's consistently the same language being spoken about perfectionism. So y'all, heart community, we see, get out of that perfectionism, that syndrome. It's keeping you from growing. It's keeping you from putting that product out. It's keeping you from making changes in your ecosystem, in your family. It's keeping you from growing. It's keeping you from healing. It's keeping you from forgiving those people that you need to forgive, not for them, but for yourself, so you can release that energy. It's like the lighter you become. It's like the lighter you become, the higher you can go. And sometimes it's like when we're holding on to judgment, when we're holding on to, with those grudges, it's like we want to be so angry at people who, and most people we're angry at, like they ain't even thinking about us no more. They had already did. They've already done their dirt and they're gone. You know why? Because they've grown from it. They probably have already forgiven themselves for what they've done to you, but you're holding on to it. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't release that, you are keeping yourself from growing. When you release it, you give yourself permission to grow. And then like the stars, like I don't have to have the answers to how shit happens. I just know that it happens when we're doing as we should for ourselves, for our own sanity, for our own peace, for our own self-love. And this is we get into shambles with these type of things. Heart community. You know what I mean? And we gotta learn that perfectionism, I don't know. It's like we try to hold on to this, like the idea of what something should look like, what we should look like. I need for people to know who I am in order to feel important. But you don't. You're going to be important once you show up and do the work. The people who you're serving, that is your legacy. They're going to love you even if you show up half-ass. People just want you to be present. I learned that when I went on my Leading with Love tour this year. Like I'm showing up to serve these people, and they just want to serve me once I get there. And I just, like, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? because it wasn't about that. It was like, first of all, they're honored that I would even take my time to travel and be present with them. It was the presence. For some reason, your gifts just expose themselves with you not even having to do a whole lot. People just see you and you're valuable because you're showing up for them. You're showing up for their community. You're showing up for the cause. And that's how we should be breathing every single day. Like, I had to learn that. Instead of trying to be in 29 different places, like you doing 5 events in one day. How intentional is that? I used to do that just so I can post. I just left the gala, and then I was over here feeding the homeless, and then I was over here teaching the kids how to. So, like, who is that serving? There's no perfection in that. Just live. Who are you? What capacity do you have to give today? You give that and then you move on. Do y'all hear me? That's it. Live life that way, and the peace that you're looking for, the diabetes that you're trying to get rid of, the high blood pressure you're trying to get rid of, the anxiety you're trying to get rid of, all that shit that's killing your body will begin. You'll be able to gain control of it. Y'all hear me? Okay. I'm gonna do these last 3, and then we're gonna pause for today. Okay. So Shahara is my attorney, by the way. She's my business attorney. Shout out to her. So if you need a business attorney, look her up. She's pretty good. This is such a great question. Thank you, Shahara. Thank you, Attorney Shahara. I appreciate that. She's also my soror. So shout out to all of the Delta Sigma Theta queens here on the live. Ooh, yeah. So anyway, focus, Lakendra. What I am trying to unlearn is that I do not have to be the strong Black woman, handle everything by myself, pretend that I'm okay when I'm not okay, and then not put myself and then not put myself at the end of the list. Don't we do it? Don't we do it? Which leads me to, like, if you're here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or just in the surrounding states of Dallas, on November the 3rd, we're having our Leading with Love boutique style love gathering, where it's this energy. It's this energy that was created around bringing heart center leaders together so we can have conversations about our resiliency, about our success, about our healing, and celebrating each other so we can be rejuvenated and go back out there stronger and harder. So if you are a heart center leader and you want to be a part of this event, and we have in 2 days, I'm going to have some news about a very, very special guest. Like, I'm so excited about this person. 2 days, I get to hear back from her people. And when I hear this, yes, everybody should want to be in the room. Because when I say that she has such a transformational story, she's been featured in the Rolling Stones, she's been featured in Forbes, she's been featured everywhere. She has a global business. She has made multi millions of dollars, and I'm just waiting for the yes, because it's going to be amazing. And so the whole purpose of this is, like, how can we expand and grow more, like, from the inside out as business owners and leaders? Like, what does that look like? And so for me, I created these different components of what I feel that it looks like. But the biggest component is giving back. How do we serve others? Like, we're making money now. So how do we show up more and serve others? So we've created this whole Adopt a Bear campaign where you can adopt a bear, come in, have a good time with us on Friday evening. Saturday is a whole virtual thing. So it'll be just like these short stories from leaders from all over the world where you can just tune in and just get inspired, right? Just get inspired and motivated. And so you can see what's possible, because when you hear somebody else to say, oh, I've survived, homelessness, I've survived sex trafficking, I've survived, emotional and physical abuse, and I was still able to X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, wow, the resiliency in our heart center leaders and how we still fought through forgiveness and fought through rebuilding ourselves back up so we can still lead with love. That's what this is all about. This whole movement is all about. And I'm just so grateful that like people are now, chiming in and catching in on it and getting it. Because one thing I will say is like, we say this is a touchy feely subject, but it's needed because when when heart center leaders, when we start shrinking again, or we're so sleep deprived because we think that we need to show up for every single freaking body. And to now you don't have energy for yourself. Your health is depreciating. We're dying off like flies because we're having heart attacks and strokes. Y'all hear me out because y'all know that this is the truth. All of these things are happening to us. So who is going to leave our communities if we are not taking care of ourselves? That's the whole reason for the Leading with Love movement. So send me an inbox and get into it, right? Adopt a bear. The bear, all the proceeds go to charity, and you get to get your bear. Like, it's a true, live, beautiful, cuddly bear. And the shirt said, it just reminds you, and it reminds you of what Shahara just said. It's okay not to be okay. That's actually the quote that's on the shirt. Like, it's okay not to be okay, but what is the solution? What is the solution? Okay. Let's keep it going. Kay Sabala says, I'm unlearning that in sustaining a business, others need to approve of what I plan to do. Amen to that. Like, I don't need your permission. I am also learning that moving into believing 100% in myself and my ideas, and that I am the only person who can make it happen. So as long as I respect others, no harm no one, and adhere to the laws and regulations, I'm all set for what I am aimed to do. I love that. Right? You got to believe in your visions, your plan, because trust me, if you're seeing it, it's because you were meant to see it. So you need to move forward with the plan and just do things in decent and in order. Basically, that's what she's saying. Do things decently and in order. Follow your goals, follow your dreams, follow your passion, follow your purpose, and boom, you got it. Harmon she's our youngest Filipina. That's what the A is, a woman. I've learned that. I just said Filipinos, right? So she's our youngest Filipina from the Philippines who became a certified life coach. I think she got certified when she was 19. And when I tell you she is one of the most amazing humans, like, she's so freaking smart and talented. And I just love watching her just keep evolving in her emotions and just into herself. She's a beautiful, just a beautiful young lady. So I can't wait to read what she said, because y'all know that these are the first time I'm reading most of these. Okay. So I am learning this style of overthinking and hyper reliance on the self, which leads to unhealthy self isolation and obsession. Look how she's already, look how emotionally intelligent she is. Unhealthy self-isolation and obsession with making sure my decisions are 100% correct without any setback. Instead, I can employ a kind of reality with empowering thoughts and looking up to people geared up for the similar kind of success that I want for myself. Like, she's already that forward momentum that I talked about earlier. This is it. Like, she knows what it is that she needs to grow from, but she has a plan there. Like it's okay for you to look up to other people. It's okay for you to have a mentor. It's okay. Like, it's okay to admire things that you desire, because what it lets you do is it helps keep you motivated. Because I do it all the time. Like, I am sometimes admired when I see other people, and the first thing I think is, if he can do it, I can do it, right? If she can do it, I can do it. And that's what we should be thinking. That's how we should be looking at these things. So look how we can learn from she's not 19 anymore. She's probably 20 or 21. but look how we can just learn from each other. I love it. I love it. So listen, I'm not done because we still have so many more. So I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start with Jemiah. I'll be here on another day, um, continuing to read these. Right? Let's see, y'all. I'm telling you, when I tell you this, this is live, and in this one little eyelash over here, like I don't know, it's just doing something. I am the expert in my own life. Affirm. Excellent. So if you enjoyed, is this helping? Is this helping you to hear about what other like-minded and like-hearted people just like you are unlearning so you don't feel alone? The reason why I decided to read these out loud is because sometimes we sit in our own darkness and we sit in our own mindset and we feel like we're the only person that's going through these things. But as you see, you're not. We're not alone. And it's okay not to be okay some days. It's okay to be really, really, really great at what you do and still not have it all together, right? Because those are the type of professionals I serve. Like they're high level professionals. They know how to go out there and make money. They know how to go out there and share their gifts and all of the things. But where we lack the separation is the forward momentum in our own personal lives. Like, how are we taking care of ourselves in our own personal lives? What does your marriage look like? What does your relationships look like? What do your parenting, what does that look like? What does your health look like? Those are the important things that we miss out on as great freaking business owners and leaders. Because who you are in your business life is who you are in your personal life. And who you are in your personal life is who you are in your business life. That's why our whole theme is called Learning to Lead with Love from the Inside Out in your personal life, in your business. Because our communities need us. And we're dying off. I know of 4 deaths of great people in the last week. Aneurysms, health conditions. I don't know what happened. So when do we become so responsible in the idea of unlearning things that is keeping us unhealthy, keeping us out of the spotlight, keeping us showing up when we need to show up? Like, who cares you're 300 pounds? Show up. Show up, lose the weight, show up. But show up and then go on a journey of losing the weight, because your losing the weight is going to inspire those other people who are just like you. Like, oh my gosh, if LaKendra can show up and do that, I can do it. Show up in your depression. Show up. You know how many coaches I have who suffer from freaking depression? And I tell them, I need for you to still show up, because you showing up is going to help your depression do something. It's going to help it go away in the moment. But just show up still. So people can see that just because you're going through, a crappy day, or you're not feeling emotionally, put together, I'm still going to show up for something greater than me, because it's the universe does something to us. Because I do it sometimes too. Like, I don't feel like it. My anxiety is all over the place. I lost 5 things, because I suffer from a attention deficit disorder. Like, I lost my ring. Like, I don't know where my wedding ring is. And I did like a little story about it. And so I've been wearing this heart in replace of my ring that says the Self-Love Club. Because in my mind, I'm watching me place it somewhere, but I just can't find it. And I just had like the worst morning trying to look for it. But I still showed up. I still showed up for my 9 o'clock call. I still showed up for my 11:30 call. And at the moment that I showed up, I did not think about this ring, because I was in purpose. I was in passion. I was in my forward momentum. And that's what this whole question, about what are you unlearning so you can stay in forward momentum in your life. So thank you for tuning in. That's it. Um, y'all drop me some comments, come back. I don't know when I'm gonna be back. Today is Wednesday. Maybe I'll do something over the weekend, but I'll post it and it'll let you know when I'll be going live. And I hope y'all join me back. So peace, love, and blessings. Sending y'all love and light. Bye for now.